Today we'll be taking a look at one of Seiko's budget diving watches. This is the SKX 173, crafted from 316L grade stainless steel, 41 millimeters in diameter excluding the crown, 22 millimeter lug widths, and a lug to lug distance of 46 millimeters. The aperture at 3 o'clock displays the day and the date. You can see the water resistance rating here, 200 meters. The hands, the indices, and the dot on the triangle, they've all been treated with Lumibrite, which is Seiko's proprietary luminous material. You've got a flat mineral glass crystal, coin edge time-elapse bezel, 120 click, unidirectional. Very easy to grip, very smooth. Screw down crown at 4. Let's take a look at the case back. It's got a screw on case back. Now, how do you operate the watch? Unscrew the crown until it pops out. Extract it to the first position out. Rotate the crown clockwise to advance the date. Counterclockwise to advance the day. The day is displayed both in English and in Spanish. English, Spanish, English, Spanish, so on and so forth. When you pull the crown all the way out, you can set the hands. And when you're done, the crown is pushed back in and screwed back down, like so. Let's talk a little bit about the movement. What you have going on inside is the very durable, very reliable Seiko in-house caliber 7S26. It's an automatic movement, 21 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, non-hand winding, non-hacking. Power reserve on this watch is about 36.5 hours, which is a little bit on the low side. Many owners report a power reserve of 40 hours or more, so mine is definitely a little bit on the low end. Accuracy varies between -1 to +3 seconds a day, depending how I lay down the watch overnight. If I lay it down like this, dial up, it tends to lose about a second. If I stand it upright like this, it tends to gain 3 seconds a day. On the wrist, it gains about 1 to 2 seconds. So accuracy is pretty good. Now, since the watch doesn't hand wind, to get the watch going from a dead start, you basically have to just shake it back and forth for about 15 or 30 seconds. Let's talk a little bit about the bracelet. The watch had originally come with one of those urethane straps, which I found very stiff, very uncomfortable. So sometime after, I changed it to this oyster style type bracelet, which I find infinitely more comfortable. Although the links are hollow, it's pretty sturdy and very economical, and it hasn't failed me yet. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the fact that this movement is assembled in Singapore. Now, what does that really mean? Basically, Seiko has factories not only in Japan, but overseas as well. And some of the movements are assembled in their overseas factories, in this case in Singapore. Now, is there any difference between the Japanese-made movements or the Japanese assembled movements versus the movements assembled overseas? I would say for all intents and purposes, no. I mean, all the parts inside are genuine Seiko parts. They just happen to assemble it in an overseas factory. So there you have it, the Seiko SKX 173. relatively inexpensive diver. I got this for under 200 bucks, and it's well worth it. It's a very durable, reliable watch. Feels great on the wrist, and very good looking as well. Very handsome watch. Thanks again for tuning in. All your questions and comments are welcome. Until next time, have a good one. Bye now.